iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome to the show. Tonight we got a great one here. We have the Ghost Roval 200 with the Ghost Cup Series here tonight at the Charlotte Roval. Right now we get ready to rock and roll here into qualifying. We'll have to see what cars are rolling out on the speedway. Looks like one car rolling out here tonight will be the number 23 machine of Trey Whitehead. Last time these guys came to a road course at Watkins Glen, Trey Whitehead picked up the win. We'll see what the 23 has this time as they head to another road course. This race for them, race number 17 on the schedule here tonight. Excuse me, race number 18. One race off there, folks, and we'll keep an eye here on the 23 Send It machine because we'll see what kind of lap time he can do. Right now he's on his out lap, so getting those tires up to speed, making sure he's got the corners down, because once he gets to the start finish line, that 23 will be on the clock. Trey Whitehead through the final chicane here and to the green flag. The 23 machine is on the clock here in qualifying. A little bit of bobble there into one. On the brakes hard. He's trying to get every tenth of speed out of that car here as he comes to the infield here. We'll see what kind of middle sector he can get in this 23 machine. Right now, though, looking very good for Trey Whitehead. We're looking at him now here, folks. Trey Whitehead from the Texas area here. Like I said, folks, if you're just tuning in now, last time these cars were turning left and right, they were at Watkins Glen, and Trey Whitehead picked up the win there. We're keeping an eye on him first lap right now on the speedway. We'll see what kind of lap he can do. He'll go down to the backstretch in the hard braking zone into the backstretch chicane. Looks like he'll narrow a little bit of curb action, but that doesn't deter him. He's on the loud pedal hard as he now heads through turns numbers 3 and 4. To the final chicane, the 23 will dive it down in here. Looking like a pretty good lap here for lap number 1 for Trey Whitehead. Lap number 1 here in the books. Whitehead with a 121.70. a great lap there from the 23 machine. We'll see how this stacks up as other cars continue to put in laps. Ryan Sizemore, second quick right now with a 22.83. Jeff Taylor in the 9 with a 23.81. Now some more cars. Lilith Peters puts a P number 2 here at the moment. Lap number 1 still about a second off of the driver we're looking at here. So Whitehead figuring out a lot of speed here tonight at the Roval. So far a 1 second advantage here in qualifying for the 23 machine. As now we get up to 9 cars on the podium here for qualifying, putting in a lap. I believe we have 22 cars here tonight ready to do battle at the Roval for 55 laps here once we drop the green flag. Whitehead, we'll see if lap number 2 is better. I would have to think probably not. The tire wear definitely can feel it on these front tires, and especially the rears. These drivers going to have to take care of these rear tires here tonight. They don't want some tire spin, get those things hot, and it takes quite a few corners. As Whitehead proves me wrong, he goes even quicker lap number 2. He'll put a flying 121.25 down on the board. Another car out here on the speedway. Here, lap number 1 in the books for Brandon McLaughlin. McLaughlin here, lap number 1 puts him P number 10 here. We'll see if he can improve for the 81 Ally machine for lap number 2 as he gets big time sideways, and that's not what he's want to see for lap number 2. McLaughlin will probably stay with that 125.52. So now we head to our second quickest guy in practice. The quickest was Whitehead. This guy was second quick. We'll keep an eye on him. It is DJ Daniel in the 95 machine. Daniel on the clock here, lap number 1. About 3/8 of a lap done as he heads through turns number 1 and 2. Now gets to about the halfway point in the heavy braking zone into the backstretch chicane. This part's going to be wild here, folks, tonight, especially lap number 1. All these cars trying to find a lane, heading into that hard braking zone and into the tight backstretch chicane. Daniel trying to paint that inside white and blue line, try to make this track as short as possible through the big stuff. As Warren Young jumps to the top 5 in the 42 machine. Daniel here, lap number 1 in the books. That will put him actually lap number 1 for the 96 did not count. So Daniel on this lap here, we'll keep an eye continuing to look at the 96 machine, see what he can do here on lap number 2. As we saw there just a moment ago, Daniel a little loose there going into 1, but middle sector looking very good for the 96 machine. Now he heads out to the big track here through 1 and 2 of Charlotte. The other car out there on the speedway is the 35 machine of Dylan McDonald. McDonald trying to get a time lap in. So far 15 cars have taken a lap. One driver not taking a lap. We're looking at him here, 96 machine of DJ Daniel from Virginia, trying to put down a lap here tonight. It looks like McDonald puts that thing down on pit road, so looks like he will not put in a lap here tonight as Daniel heads through the final chicane here. We'll see what kind of lap can do. He got a little bit of the grass. Does that disallow this lap? DJ Daniel across the start finish line. That will put him only P number 12 with a 1 minute 24 second .97. As actually, I think I jumped on Daniel for his qualifying on his out lap. So that was lap number 1, a 124.97. This is lap number 2 here as we get the countdown to 2 minutes left in qualifying. The 96 machine DJ Daniel on lap number 2 here, trying to improve. He sits P number 12 here from his first lap. He's trying to get in the top 10 here for lap number 2. Looks like we got some Dylan McDonald fans out there in the YouTube chat lands. Looks like they got Michelle and Dad cheering on the 35 machine of Dylan McDonald as DJ Daniel here wrapping up his qualifying here. He heads through the final chicane, and that was a fast final chicane. Daniel will improve his lap time to second quick here. He puts in a lap worthy of the qualifying times with a 1:22 flat from the 96 machine. So definitely lap number 1 not up to par for him. He jumps all the way to P number 2, and that looks like that will probably wrap up qualifying as we have less than a minute, and it takes over a minute to complete a lap here tonight at the Roval. And it looks like Trey Whitehead in the 23 Toyota will walk away here tonight with the quick time at the Roval with a 1:21.25 lap. Also, folks, taking a look at the middle of our screen, here is the road map. The Charlotte Roval with all of its turns here tonight. Length just under 2.25 miles long, so a very long racetrack. A lot of opportunities to pass and a lot of opportunities to make mistakes. I know a lot of guys, especially NASCAR guys, when they go to a road course, their main key, keep the car on the track, keep it in one piece, and make sure they finish the race. Also, we got to give a huge shout out to the following sponsors. That is TRWS and Dubbies out there. Be sure to check them out for all your needs as we get ready for racing action for the Ghost Roval 200 here tonight at the Charlotte Roval. We get ready now, cars heading down to the grid as we head over tonight's starting lineup here for our 24 car field. We get cars lining up on the front stretch, but we're going to go through tonight's starting order. Our quick time here tonight, he'll lead the field to the green flag. It's the Toyota 23 machine. That is Trey Whitehead, our first Chevy Camaro, starting to his outside. That being piloted by DJ Daniel in the 96. Row number 2 goes to Lilith Peters in the 14 machine, starting in third. Starting in the 4th position is Ryan Sizemore in the 8. Rolling off P number 5 is Joseph Grigalov in the number 47 machine, with Warren Young in the 42 rolling off 6th. 7th is Dylan Ellis in the 99, with Chris Cash in the 38 rolling off 8th. 9th going to Patrick McQuaid in the 77, with Jeff Taylor in the number 9 rounding out tonight's top 10. 11th going to Lucas Whitehead in the 3. TJ Hanley in the 08 will roll off P number 12. 13th will be Jonathan Cogswell in the 27. 14th is Brandon McLaughlin in the 81 machine. Matt Medler in the 89 will roll off 15th. 16th is Chris Habuka in the 5. Our 24 car, our 17th starter, I believe, is race control, so he will not start off in that position. But if he were, it would be Amir. 18th is Brock Whitehead in the 31 machine. Christopher Tate in the 20 will roll off 19th. And starting P number 20 is Jonathan Williams in the 21. 21st is Chris Roberg in the 98 machine. Dylan McDonald in the 35 will roll off 22nd. 24th is the 64 of Thomas Stewart. And starting P number 24 is Chris Sofield in the 12. Then starting shotgun on the field here tonight is the 22 machine. That is Mike Stobanowski. That will do it here tonight for our starting order as we get cars rolling on the speedway. We see them starting to try and line up as we have a lot of cars here tonight to get ready to battle for 55 laps here tonight at the Roval. Looks like we have 22 cars making the green flag here tonight as we get ready to rock and roll. 50 laps is the mark here tonight at the Roval. Also, looks like we got a 77 Patrick McQuaid fan in the YouTube chat lands as well. He'll cheer on this driver here rolling off tonight. MP number 9. Also for the Dylan McDonald fans, here's the 35 machine. That thing rolling off deep in tonight's field. It looks like he'll roll off in the 20th position. But up front, we get ready to rock and roll. The field's doubled up. Lights are out around the speedway as we get ready here to drop the hammer and go racing here for the Ghost Roval 200. As a great looking group of cars here tonight. We got a lot of them here as we get ready to go racing. I mean, we got to take a look at a far shot here tonight just to get all of these cars on the screen. And even that, we can't get as everyone tries to make their way through that back stretch chicane. That shows you how difficult it is here tonight, as it is difficult to even go through at pace speed. It's going to be even more wild when they go up to speed for that first time down the backstretch. As we get a view of the full field here tonight. 22 cars out there on the racing surface, getting ready to go green flag racing as the iRacing pace car makes its way down pit road. Trey Whitehead will lead the field to green flag as he heads through the front stretch chicane off the final corner. The 23 machine on the loud pedal, a little bit of tire spin that could open up the door for DJ Daniel, but the Ghost Roval 200 is underway. It's contact already for the race lead, and one car in the barriers. I believe that was the 8 of Ryan Sizemore in the wall, and DJ Daniel with the advantage here going into turn number 3. It looks like he will take over the race lead over Trey Whitehead. So already some wild stuff here happening early as contact for the race lead in turn number 1. DJ Daniel comes out on top. He'll lead the way here as the field makes their way through the infield section. Some cars side by side here for P number 18. We're on board with Chris Roseberg and the 98 Sunny D machine. Further up front, the leaders making their way through turns 1 and 2, and this is where we got to keep an eye on as they head to the hard braking zone for the first time here tonight. Leaders make it through cleanly. How about further on back? One car, big lockup. He'll dive it down low, and it looks like it's the 27 machine of Jonathan Cogswell. Looks like he'll be able to keep that thing under control, get it rolling, but lose a handful of spots and maybe some more, as I believe he does get a slowdown penalty for jumping off the course there. But lap number 1 goes to the 96 machine. DJ Daniel trying to take away the win from Trey Whitehead. Try not to make Whitehead go 2 in a row here at the road course, as Whitehead once again sideways here. You got to wonder, is Whitehead pushing too hard here earlier? Are those tires already hot under the rear of this 23 machine, as now he loses P number 2 to Lilith Peters. As I believe one car with some issues, I believe that was the 99 machine we're looking at here on screen with a little bit of an issue. He has some big time right front damage, so Dylan Ellis, not how he wanted to start tonight's race. He has a lot of damage. One car there off the speedway, that was the 31 machine of Brock Whitehead. He gets that thing rolling here tonight, but Brock Whitehead missing that corner there. top three, DJ Daniel, Lilith Peters, and Trey Whitehead. Then going back to fourth is Joseph Grgalov in the 47 machine, and Warren Young here in the 42 rounds out the top five here early in the Roval. Last time by, fastest car on the speedway was the 14 machine, so Peters trying to catch the back bumper of our race leader here tonight. As it looks like the 31 machine of Brock Whitehead brings that car down on pit road here tonight. Not the start the 31 wanted, as it looks like battle for second here. Trey Whitehead makes it look easy. He gets around Lilith Peters. I'm not sure if Peters had an issue there or realized Whitehead was going, but Peters having some sort of issue. He falls way back there, loses about a second to our race leader there just in turns 1 and 2 of the Charlotte Oval. Also another car down on pit road is the 12 machine of Chris Zofeld. So already some races not the way a few drivers wanted to start. One driver that started exactly how he wanted was the 96 machine of Daniel, but Trey Whitehead has closed the gap to about half a second here for the race lead. Whitehead last time by, quickest car all night long here so far, so Whitehead getting that car figured out, getting some traction, and trying to race down tonight's race leader. We ride on board here with our second place driver, and you can see the lap times there. That 1:21.48, very fast here race pace for the 23 machine, and you can see he's getting him on corner entry. We'll see what he can do here in the big corner as Whitehead, a little bit of tire spin. That will keep the gap about the same between 1 and 2 here tonight. Let's see what happens here down into the backstretch chicane, and he closes up right to the back bumper of our race leader. This could be a battle here for the race lead. As DJ Daniel gets out of there with a great run. Also trouble for the 89 machine, Matt Medler, with some heavy front end contact. We try and take a look here on the replay, see what happened to Matt here heading into the front stretch chicane. As it looks like he just misses the curbs, and then big time hop as we go back to the live here. As now Christopher Cash with a little bit of issue on the front stretch gets that car back rolling, but he drops down to P number 13 and that 38 machine. So like I said, pre-race folks, you gotta string together a lot of corners here tonight to have a decent run, as DJ Daniel keeping about the half-second gap over Trey Whitehead. Lilith Peters about a second back, so has caught the front two. They are the 14 machine hoping that the leaders get into an intense battle here, but side by side here as Christopher Tate, the 20 machine, is on a move. Tate has made up 10 spots since the drop of the green flag, but the driver in front of him has big time lockup for a few cars into the backstretch chicane, but they somehow make it out as Lucas Whitehead, Christopher Tate both locking them up. Lucas Whitehead in this number 3 machine. That could have been very bad, but the biggest mover here in the first 6 laps is the 35 machine of Dylan McDonald. He's up 14 spots from where he started, so he is trending in the right direction. Currently sits P number 8 as this 35 machine showing a lot of speed here during the race pace. Let's see if he can hold up this pace. You see the 12 machine of Chris Zofeld going a lap down to some drivers around him, as now the 08 machine of TJ Hanley trying to get on around as the 12 gets off the racetrack, spins the tires back on, and that was a close one there as he gets out of harm's way. As we take a look at a great battle between 3 cars here from the 7th, 8th, 9th position. As, oh, 1 car in the wall, that's the 8 machine of Ryan Sizemore. And Sizemore's contact here for 7th now, as Sizemore gets a piece of that wall and loses a lot of spots there. Sizemore outside of the top 10 now, as McDonald looks to the inside, will think better of it. And he has Lucas Whitehead right on his back bumper. TJ Hanley with a mistake. And McDonald goes to the inside here, as Hanley did not get a great launch out of the chicane, and more contact, and he goes around. TJ Hanley on the front stretch goes on around off the nose of the 3 machine, and that will bring out the first yellow flag here tonight. As we saw it live there, folks, contact between the 3 and the 08, and the 08's not gonna be happy with the 3, as, oh, the 08 machine maybe trying to show some displeasure and gets a piece of the wall here under the yellow flag. That makes his day go from bad to worse. As we head up to the front here, these leaders trying to catch the back of the pace car here tonight, as they just passed it here when the caution was thrown. So the field trying to race on back to the back bumper of the pace car here tonight. As, oh, trouble for the 64 machine. We look here, got a piece of the front stretch wall, so some big time trouble. But it looks like the leaders finally catching the pace car here tonight. As the pace car rolls off of pit road, we'll get a word here with our race leader. We'll see if DJ Daniel has a copy in the 96 machine. Looks like we do not have a copy on DJ Daniel, so we'll see if we can get a word with our 2nd place runner, Trey Whitehead. As it looks like maybe we'll get talking with our 5th place driver, Warren Young, here tonight. In the 42 machine sits P number 5, so we'll try and get a word with the driver of the 42 machine, see how he's feeling, and see how difficult this place is here tonight. Warren, do you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet in the booth here. Alrighty, man. We're talking to you here. Just seeing, you know, you're saying P number 5. It seems like this place very tough. We saw a handful of drivers with some contact here already. How do you think this Roval is here tonight?
It's on fresh tires, and first lap or 2, it's very, very slick. It's almost scary. But once you get some heat in your tires, it's pretty fun. You just got to stay off the rumple strips. Ran Sonoma last night, and this is nothing like it. So.
Oh, I bet this place, of course, very technical. You know, a lot of high-speed corners into some hard braking zones. I mean, how hard is that to judge here? As you said, P number 5, you know, you got cars in front of you and behind you. That's got to always be very difficult to judge.
It really is. Everybody uses completely different braking points and stuff. especially getting into the bus stop and everything, and it can get you in trouble
Guys,
real quick.
last caution is
But
gonna be an
as
incident
long as
on
you
the
as
on
long as you're
number
paying
3.
attention to what the car in front of you is
So
doing, and
I issued you.
kind of anticipate where they're headed, and you can make pretty good passes once you get outside the infield.
Yeah, the infield section, very technical, but then you get to the big straightaways. Of course, the backstretch became very difficult. And Warren, you made up one spot in P number 5. What do you think this car needs here on this pit stop and to continue to move to the front? The top 3 seemed very quick here in this early part.
Yeah, I think it just need to get settled in. Hopefully get a green flag run going here, and get some heat in the tires, and get some make up some spots here pretty quick, I hope, and kind of watch people tend to fly off the track.
Yeah, that's a goal. I said pre-race, the main goal with a lot of these NASCAR Cup drivers when it comes to road courses, keep mistakes to a minimum and keep all 4 tires on the track. Is that the goal here tonight for you, Warren?
100%, that's the goal. I feel like I'm pretty quick, but still, the main thing is, keep all 4 on the track, stay out of the walls, and it tends to keep getting faster and faster as you go. It's the old saying goes, you slow down to go fast, and that's 100% the way it works on a road course.
All righty, appreciate all your insight, Warren. We're going to go let you keep on talking to your crew chief and teammates. As before we let you go, though, anyone you want to give a quick shout out to on the broadcast?
Definitely give a shout out to my mom. I'm sure she's watching, Sarah Harrison. My wife, my sponsors, RS Button Box, Hickory Harbor Designs, Ghost Racing, Ghost Racing Network. You guys, especially tonight, for filling in for us. Sounds like you're doing a great job, and I definitely appreciate it.
All righty, thank you very much, Warren. Appreciate the shout out. Best of luck to you here once we go back green flag racing action, and be sure to keep all 4 fenders on that thing.
Absolutely, thank you.
All righty, folks, that was our 5th place driver there for the pit stops, Warren Young in the 42 machine. It looks like he rolls out of pits P number 9. As it was great talking to the 42 machine, he will start P number 9, but leading the field, he got a great stop, had pit stalled number 1, Trey Whitehead in the 23 machine, wins the race off of pit road, Lil Peter 2nd, the 47 machine 3rd. Dylan McDonald in the 35 rolls off P number 4. He's up into the top 5 as the 5th place car here on the restart will be the 38 machine of Chris Cash. As we get the lights extinguished on the iRacing pace car here. Next time by, we're going to go back to green flag racing action here at the Roval. Get some racing action underway here as the caution did come out for the spin of the 08 machine off the nose of the 3. So we'll keep an eye there, but TJ Hanley luckily getting the yellow, getting 4 new tires on that car. Looks like he'll roll off P number 6 when we go back to green flag racing action. So on the initial start, folks, we saw a lot of tire spin from a lot of drivers. These drivers getting another chance at it here. 10 laps in the book, 45 to go. So we'll have to see how this restart goes. And in turn number 1, we saw some contact. I bet we'll see some more as we get ready here. A half a lap to go back to the green flag here tonight at the Charlotte Roval. It, of course, is the Ghost Roval 200 here tonight with the Ghost Cup Series. Gotta go, of course, give a shout out to TWRS and W out there for supporting this series and making this possible here tonight. So an interesting development. DJ Daniel rolling off P21. Not sure what happened to him or if he came back down to top on off. I think he did that. So he'll start deep in the field, front row. 23 machine of Trey Whitehead leading the field once again to the green flag. Lilith Peters on the outside front row. These guys getting ready to rock and roll back to the green flag. Barney's got the green flag waving. We jump on the loud pedal and go back to green flag racing action as Trey Whitehead leads the field down into turns number 1 here. He has a slight advantage. Lilith Peters actually has the advantage here going into turn number 3 here. So new race leader, the 14 machine of Peters out in front. Peters got a decent start, I thought, but man, he rolled turn number 1 great and got the advantage. He takes over the race lead as maybe Whitehead, we kind of saw him drop at the start of the race, maybe doing a little bit of tire saving here in the first couple laps till these tires get some heat in him. Then he turns up the wick. Christopher Tate trying to reel in the 38 machine, but we keep an eye here as the field will dive down into the backstretch chicane. We keep an eye side by side as the 20 will go around the 08 machine as we keep an eye on any other lockups. Looks like everyone else gets through safely as DJ Daniel makes up 2 spots here early, trying to make up another on the 5 of Chris Habuka. As, oh man, Daniel right on the back bumper of the 5 machine. Almost contact there for P number 18 here tonight. As Peters and Whitehead about a half a second advantage once again in the braking zone. Almost contact as Daniel tried to get on the loud pedal there with too much wheel. He loses the back end and those rear tires getting hotter than the driver of the 96 machine would like as he continues to slide. And that's only going to make the situation worse for DJ Daniels. Oh, the 5 car gets loose there. He gets it back rolling. Only loses a few spots as the 12 machine gets in the wall. And oh, heavy contact to that inside wall there on the inside part of the infield here. Warren Young trying to set up the 38 machine. We just spoke to Warren last yellow. He's trying to get back up into the top 5 here as he locks them on up. We talked about those heavy braking zones, how difficult they are. That proves it there as now the 81 machine of Brandon McGoughlin to the outside and will clear the 42 machine here in turns 3 and 4. The 77 machine of Patrick McQuaid tries to get that spot as well, but cannot get the job done. You'll look to the inside there into the front stretch chicane, but think better of it as we are now 13 laps in of 55. Trey Whitehead now back in the race lead, got around Lilith Peters there on the front stretch for the race lead. So back up to the point is the 23 Send It machine of Trey Whitehead. And Peters got to be careful because the biggest mover of the race, up a whopping 19 spots, Dylan Peters has closed the gap on the race leaders, but the 47 machine right there as well. Top 4 very close to each other on the speedway. Then a big gap to the number 20 machine of Chris Tate as he will have a little issues and maybe continue to have issues. So Christopher Tate, not what he wanted there as he continues to drop tonight in the standings. The 12 Sunny D machine, some more issues. You see how beating and bang that Tide Pod machine. Sorry, not Sunny D, Tide Pod as he continues to run laps. He sits P22nd here at the moment. As the 47 machine does get around the 35 for P number 3. So Joseph there in the 47 very quick here after that pit stop. He's up back in the top 5. Now up to our podium positions If he can hang on to that for another 40 laps, he'll be talking to me here after the race. As we head to a battle deeper in the field, Mike Strombowski in the 22 machine. He will get passed by the 96, and Dylan Ellis now in the crosshairs of the 96. Had to start deep in the field on that restart. Also 99 of Dylan Ellis gets that damage repaired and trying to get some spots as 3 wide almost for a second as DJ Daniel trying to waste no time getting around the 9 of Jeff Taylor, and now trying to get around the 99 of Dylan Ellis. Out in front, Trey Whitehead about a second advantage over second place Peters. As we keep an eye here, DJ Daniel pushing the 99 machine. Does he duck out here to the chicane? He does not. He'll follow the 99 through here and try and get a better run here out of the chicane. Looks like he does. He'll cut the track as low as possible and get around Dylan Ellis there in turns number 3 on the big track. Right now, oh, it's one car sideways. That is Jeff Taylor missing his braking mark, locks him on up with a big time mistake. That will drop him back to P number 17 as he gets a big time sideways. Chris Cash now getting caught by the 77 of Patrick McQuaid. This could be a battle here for P number 8 on the speedway. As McQuaid trying to reel in the 38, and that time there, Chris Cash with a mistake out to the big track, and that opens the door for the 77. Move McQuaid up into P number 8 here. Lucas Whitehead now trying to set the move on Jonathan Cogswell. Looks like he'll get in. DJ Daniel trying to get in there while the door's open as well. He'll get a nose to the inside of the 27 machine. DJ Daniel up into P number 12. He restarted all the way back in 19th. He's trying to make up some time, but a lot to do as, oh man, trouble here for a driver in the top 5. Dylan McDonald, not what he wanted. He was running P number 4 here, and we'll take a look, see what happened to the 35 machine heading into turn number 1. There you see him cross the start finish line, and here on the turn 3 replay, we take a look at the 35 machine of Dylan McDonald. It looks like the rear end steps out a little, but just misses the corner entry, and hard contact to the Tum Safer barrier, and that will end the night of the 35 machine. A heartbreak as he was running so well on the speedway. We head back here, battle for now P number 4. Brandon McLaughlin has caught TJ Hanley, but they have kind of spread on out with the 35 machine with that accident. That moves McLaughlin up into the top 5. He's trying to get more. He's trying to get P number 3 from the 08. As Hanley able to drive away, get a great launch out of the backstretch chicane. As Ryan Sizemore undersees from DJ Daniel. DJ Daniel now up into the top 5. Excuse me, that was Lucas Whitehead. The 96 machine getting around the 3 of Whitehead. So last time by on the speedway. Only car in the, oh, it's trouble for the 38 machine of Chris Cash here. He'll get that car rolling, but big time contact to that car. We got to take a look here at a different camera to try and figure out the damage to, and you can see the left front crumpled on the 38 machine. He got a piece of the wall. We'll take a look here on the turn 3 replay to see what happened to the 38 machine of Cash here off of turn number 1. And probably into turn number 2, gets a piece of the rumble strips, able to get that car going, but that rear end still hopping into the uphill, and yeah, just loses the back end and noses it fairly hard into the back as Oh man, big time incident for the 81 machine, and that will bring out our second yellow flag here tonight, as I believe Brandon McLaughlin and Patrick McQuaid in an incident. We'll take a look here at the replay to see what happened to bring out our most recent yellow flag. As I've been saying his name all wrong here tonight, folks. It's actually Braden McLaughlin. He tries to get to the inside of the 08 machine. They meet in big time contact to Warren Young. And then the 77 of Patrick McQuaid also gets some front end damage. But Warren Young, heavy front end damage to that Exalta 42 machine. Not what he wanted, as we talked to him there just before. We're going to go try and get a word with the driver of the 81 machine here just in a moment here of Braden McLaughlin, with bringing out our second yellow here tonight for the Ghost Roval 200. Alrighty, I think we can get him dialed on up here. Involved in our most recent accident, it is the 81 machine of Braden McLaughlin. Braden, do you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet in the booth here.
Yeah, I got you. How's it going?
Oh, not too bad. Enjoying some great racing. Braden, though, tough break. Sorry, it's Brandon. I keep on flipping around your name. I'm so sorry for that, Brandon.
It's all right.
As you're involved there in the most recent yellow, tell us what you saw out of the windshield of the 81 machine.
I saw him get a little out of shape and he went wide, so I just figured he was going to slow down. So I dove inside of him and got pinched against the little kink there before you get onto the oval.
And then from that, you're kind of a sin duck, sadly getting tagged by the 42 and the 77 machine. I mean, luckily you had a little bit of time there to catch the pace car. How damaged does this 81 Ally machine feel?
My steering wheel's a little wacky, so I'm going to have to use my quick repair, but it's all. It is what it is.
Yeah, tough break to use that before the halfway mark. Brandon here, a long race still ahead. What's the game plan from here on out, as now you're in the thick of it here, probably restarting mid-pack?
I'm just going to run my line and be careful around people that I catch, or I'll just let anybody by if they're faster than me.
And we see here tonight, a lot of tires. Been hard to put down the power here. And then, of course, the very tough, hard braking zones after some good speed down long straightaways. I mean, how tough is it to hit those braking zones, especially with cars around you?
Yeah, it's tough because you never really know where the guy in front of you is going to hit his. So you're gauging that at the same time you're watching for bumps, and it's a lot going on.
Yeah, that it is on these road courses. It's especially for the drivers. It is always something going on, a lot to think about, and a lot going on to continue to hit your marks each and every lap.
Yes, sir.
All righty, Brandon. Well, we'll let you get back talking with your teammates and your crew chief and whatnot. But before we let you go, I'm going to go hand over the mic to you, or let you speak on who you want to give a shout out to tonight on the broadcast.
I'll give a shout out to Warren and Jeff Taylor. They're both my teammates. It's been great running with them all season.
Yeah, we did talk to Warren last caution, getting to talk to one of his teammates here. Brandon, hopefully you get some rebound here, and hopefully you don't get any more damage using that fast repair. So best of luck to you here throughout this race, and hopefully we'll be talking to you on the other side.
All right, thanks, man.
All righty, folks, that was Brandon McLaughlin. As I keep on flipping his name, it is Brandon, as we get a word with him there, involved with our second yellow flag here tonight. As it looks like Brandon will roll off P number 16 at the restart. Trey Whitehead once again with that first pit box. Wins the race off of pit road. Lilith Peters second. Joseph Roval in third. Warren Young fourth. Looks like he did not take that fast repair, so we'll see how that damage affects that 42 machine. And Patrick McQuaid in the 77 machine rounds out the top 5. We'll be right back here after commercial break for the restart here tonight. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. As we come back here to the Charlotte Roval for the Ghost Roval 200 here tonight, as the field gets doubled on up, lights are out on the iRacing pace car, and we get ready to go to our second restart here tonight here on lap number 20. We are approaching the halfway point in tonight's race. So far, 2 yellow flags here only, as it looks like right now we have 20 cars on the lead lap. Last car on the lead lap getting the lucky dog, getting that car up to speed to catch the back end of the field. That is the number 9 machine of Jeff Taylor. So right now with the tough break to the 35 machine of Dylan McDonald, our biggest mover now goes to the Track Racer 22 machine, driven by Mike Strobanowski. He currently sits P15, started dead last here tonight, and has moved up the most spots here at the moment. As who's ready for another wild Roval restart? I know I am here. As once we go back, green flag racing action, we'll have 21 laps in the books here tonight. Trey Whitehead right now, most laps led here at the moment in the 23 machine. He was quick time. He's the road course ringer, won the last road course race at Watkins Glen. He's trying to make it 2 in a row in that 23 machine. The iRacing pace car heads down to pit road, and Trey Whitehead now leads the field to the green flag. The field making their way through, and we see the green flag on the loud pedal. The field comes. Trey Whitehead with a little bit of advantage. What does Peters have here in turns number 1? Looks like Peters doesn't get the best start. Here comes the 47 machine, as he will get around him here as they make their way to the infield section. Looks like an issue for the 27 sitting around us. Oh, he gets tagged by the 12. Jonathan Cogswell spun there on off of turn number 2 in the 12 Tide machine. Heavy damage to Chris Oldfield, and that will bring out a quick second yellow flag here as we take a look, see what happened to the 27 machine here in turns 1 and 2. Cogswell looking to the inside of the 38, has the 08 in front of him as well, trying to get on the loud pedal, sees the bumps. Oh, there's the 81 machine. We saw him as, the 38 maybe didn't realize a car was to his inside, and that sends Cogswell on around, and he will sit there in harm's way. Luckily, most of the field going on by, and then, oh, big hit from the 12 right to the left front of the 27 machine, and that will definitely probably require fast repair to Jonathan Cogswell in the 27. So a tough break there from the 27 and the 12 getting involved. One driver that may have been happy he had it was Brandon McGoughlin. He on the start spins there, trying to get some spots back. He was trying to get to the inside of Matt Medler here in turn one, and I think just gets too much of the curb. We'll take a look here to see what also was happening there on the start. And it looks like he just loses the back end a little bit. Too much gas with too much wheel. That spins the 81 machine, but further up front, you see the 12 going, or 27 going on around here, as the field has once again caught the iRacing pace car, and we sit under the yellow flag. We probably won't see anyone coming down pit road, maybe some guys in the back just to take some fuel, but these leaders probably staying on out as they just pitted there. Actually, excuse me, I don't think these leaders have actually pitted yet. Top three have stayed on out on track. First car on new tires is the 42 machine of Warren Young. He's the first car to pit, so we might see some pit stops as drivers try and maybe break this thing just in half if they can. But here under the yellow flag here, folks, we're going to go once again to commercial break. And we'll be right back on the other side. Don't go anywhere.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
We come back to the Ghost Roval 200 and a little bit of shake up in the top three. Lilith Peters in the 14 machine did come down pit road that time. That will make them restart in the 16th position there, as the first car in this group that pitted there on lap 22 is the 08 machine of TJ Hanley. So now top two have not been down pit road. Warren Young down pit road. DJ Daniel came on down. Same with Patrick McQuaid. So 3 out of the top 5 on slightly newer tires, but the top 2 on the original tires they started with here tonight. as I assume Whitehead banking on at least one more yellow flag here before the end of tonight's race, as if he has to come down on the green flag, that could shake up this race in a big way before it's on over. 2 cars down on pit road with extensive pit road time. That is the 12 of Chris Zofield and the 9 of Jeff Taylor. Right now, it looks like we have 18 cars out on the speedway. Last car on the lead lap is the 27 machine of Jonathan Cogswell, involved in our most recent yellow flag here tonight. This time by the field should see the 1 to go signal here, as the lights will get extinguished around the Charlotte Roval and the field will double on up. Trey Whitehead once again leading the field to the green flag. Joseph Gravala in second, starting on the outside of the driver leading the green flag. DJ Daniel up into fourth. Warren Young in third. Patrick McQuaid fifth. Lucas Whitehead rolls off P number 6. That is the first 3 rows here. As we had 24 cars take the green flag. Now we are down to 19 on the lead lap, as Jeff Taylor in the 9 does get that Chevy Camaro back out on the racing surface. So far 5 cars down here before the halfway mark for the Ghost Roval 200 here tonight. One driver we got to keep an eye on here on the restart is the 08 and the 14 machine. How quickly can they get through the field here, as they came down last time to take 4 fresh Goodyear tires and fill their cars up with virtual Sunoco race fuel. They have a lot of cars between them and the leaders, as we take a look at the field here, heading down the backstretch, and about a half a lap to go back to the green flag race in action here tonight. As the field now makes their way through turns number 3 and 4 on the oval, the iRacing pace car heads down pit road. And once again, Trey Whitehead leading the field to the green flag. The field will make their way through the chicane, and Whitehead on the loud pedal here once again through the sequential gearbox as they'll dive down. Whitehead with a great start. We look a little bit further back as Warren Young tries to get to the defend from DJ Daniel, but Daniel back up into the top 3 here tonight. So it goes Whitehead, Gravala, and Daniel, as now here comes Daniel to the back bumper of the 47 machine. Looks like everyone gets through the infield part for the most part safely here tonight. As everyone below the top 20 out of tonight's race. So we'll keep the top 20 on the left side of your screen here tonight. As DJ Daniel does get around the 47 machine, he now sets his sights on the race leader, has about a second and a half back to our race leader, Trey Whitehead. We look a little bit further back. Lilith Peters trying to make quick work of drivers around him on those fresh tires. Look to the inside of the 98 of Robsburg. As one car big time sideways. That is Matt Medler getting a piece of the inside wall in the Red Bull 89 machine. He'll get that thing back rolling, but lose a lot of spots as Peters restarted P number 16, lap 1 on those tires, already up to P number 12 here tonight. As the other guy right in front of him that pitted last time, TJ Hanley, knocking on the door of the top 10 here as they are catching the 5 car, Chris Habuka. Also further on back, the 81 machine now gets around the 98, so Brandon McGoughlin trying to get back those spots and get back up towards that top 5 here tonight. Warren Young under fire here through turns 1 and 2 of the oval. Lucas Whitehead right on the back bumper. Does he make the move into the hard braking zone? He'll look to the inside, but back on out of it. He'll try and get a big run here out of the chicane, but doesn't seem like he does, as now the 14 machine in the top 10 here. Peters has cracked into the top 10 on those fresh tires. So far, not faster than the leaders, but that's because he's in heavy lap traffic. Fastest car on the speedway, fastest lap last time by in the whole race was done by our second place driver, DJ Daniel, here on the loud pedal. Alrighty, getting spread on out here as Lucas Whitehead does get around the 42 machine of Matt Young, in trouble for the 89 machine. We jump on board here with him in the barriers. Matt Medler hard in the barriers. We'll see what happened to him as he has the 22 machine giving him some pressure there into the chicane, but we'll see what happens to the 89 here in turn number 1. Matt Medler getting on the binders here and looks like misses his braking point, locks it up, and looks like the 9 machine of Chase Elliott way back in the day, straight into the barriers, and that is not how he wanted to end tonight. We head further on back, about a 5-car battle here from 12th on back. The 98 does get around the 5. He brings along the 27, and here comes Jeff Taylor in the 9 trying to get around the 5 of Chris Habuka. Habuka sits 15th. Jeff Taylor with extensive pit stop in 16th, but all over the back bumper of that 5 car. That time by for the race leaders. They're already halfway through the lap, but they see the cross flags here tonight at the Roval. Halfway down, halfway home. As, you know what, folks? I'm going to take a break of talking. Let's do everyone's favorite. We'll do some turn 3, turn it up here tonight. Alrighty, we head back up to our race leader, Trey Whitehead, with about a 3-second advantage over DJ Daniel. We head a little bit further back. Ryan Sizemore trying to hold off Lilith Peters there for P number 7 to no avail. Peters on the freshest tires, and he's trying to get back up to the top 5, but Sizemore tries the crossover here in the infield section, but Peters with that fresh tire advantage can get on that throttle just ever so quicker than the cars around him. Further on back, almost contact between the 08 and the 38. TJ Hanley trying to get up in the top 10 here once again. He's trying to get around Chris Cash in the 38. Hanley, we see our first taker on green flag pit stops. DJ Daniel trying to undercut our race leader. Daniel, the first car down pit road here with 25 laps to go. We go back now to a battle for P number 12 and maybe some in front, as Hanley not able to get around the 38. This is allowing the 81 and 27 both to catch on up here to try and make it a 4-car battle just outside, just at the tail end of the top 10 here tonight. The 38 of Hanley to the inside here and clear of the 38. Here comes Brandon McLaughlin. He's trying to now get that spot from the 38 machine, as DJ Daniel off of pit road with that green flag pit stop cycles him all the way back to P number 11 in the middle of this group, and he's making a charge here on these fresh tires. It puts him just outside the top 10 there, pitting under. The green flag is, contact. Sorry, folks, as DJ Daniel and the 38 make contact, and they continue to go at it as we get the yellow flag right as the leaders head down pit road. So they're going to make their pit stops, and I think that's best case scenario. I don't think they'll lose the spot, but we're going to take a look here, see the contact between the 38 and 95 there down the backstretch. Not sure if the 38 kind of pinched him or if he didn't know he was there, but they continue to make contact all the way into the backstretch chicane. And we go back live here as our race leaders roll out of pits, and they don't have to come back down when I believe we'll see everyone down on pit road here to make the distance here on fuel from this point on. So the 23 and 47 couldn't have timed that better. The 23 does come out in front of the 96 as well. So I assume those 3 cars, 23, 96, and 47, all going to stay out on the speedway, while we'll see probably the whole rest of the field head down pit road and fill up on virtual Sunoco race fuel and take 4 fresh Goodyear tires. As we'll keep the camera on the field here, folks, because this is going to be a big pit stop for most of the field. I think we'll see most everyone but those 3 cars I mentioned before down on pit road here. So pit road's about to be a hectic place here in the Ghost Roval 200. Warren Young right now, our race leader, our first driver we talked to for our in-car interviews here tonight. He will lead the field down to pit road here tonight. Like I said, we'll see everyone come down except for those 3 cars, as pit road, a busy place here. Warren Young in the 42 leads the way with the 77 of Patrick McQuaid second. Third car down pit road is Dylan Ellis, as we'll see who wins the race off of pit road to fill in our 4th, 5th, 6th place spots here tonight. You see the right side going up on most of the cars. Now here comes the lefts. A few strategy calls like Peters with Just Fuel. I think the OA also Just Fuel as well. Our first car with 4 tires off of pit road is Dylan Ellis, as I think Ellis actually took 2. First car off pit road, Warren Young will roll off P number 9. So a lot of strategy on that busy pit road here tonight. But Trey Whitehead takes over the point. DJ Daniel second. Joseph Gervala in third, as under yellow flag here. We'll be right back after commercial break. When we get back, we'll go get ready to go back green flag racing here, where we'll have about 20 laps to go. You won't want to miss it here for the closing stages of the Ghost Roval 200.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Alrighty, folks, we come back to the Ghost Roval 200 here tonight, as it looks like we still have about 19 cars on the lead lap here, ready to do battle. Once we go back green flag, we will have 21 laps to go here. Three laps in the books already, folks, so the final stage is underway. as all these drivers can make it now on fuel. So this restart going to be very important, especially if it goes green to the end. Every driver trying to get as many positions as it can while it's all bunched up, because we have seen each restart how quickly this field can get spread on out here tonight at the Charlotte Roval. The field making their way through the backstretch chicane and getting ready to go back. Green flag racing action here at the Charlotte Roval. Trey Whitehead leading the field to green. DJ Daniel up top. The 47 of Joseph Grivala in third. Lilith Peters fourth. TJ Hanley rounds out the top five here on the restart. The iRacing pace car makes the left-hand turn down pit road. Now the restart falls in the hands of the 23 machine, waiting till the restart zone here tonight. Trey Whitehead here sees the green lights. He's on the loud pedal. We go back to green flag racing action. DJ Daniel right there, door to door with him. They'll dive in turn number one. Daniel will try the crossover here, head into turn number two, right on the back bumper of our race leader. He won't get it there. He'll try and keep the pressure on the 23 machine as, big time junk in the back. It looks like Everett does get rolling though, so that will bring out a quick caution as one car still on back there. It looks like Patrick McQuaid in the 77 machine with some big time damage to that car on that restart. We're going to take a look here at the replay, see what happened to the 77 machine. Restarted in the 9th position here, and we'll see what caused this yellow. And looks like all the three of Whitehead tried to get a nose in there. 77 probably didn't think he was there. He spins, and then I think Everett trying to make evasive maneuvers. The 8 machine of Ryan Sizemore gets to the inside wall as well. Sizemore does get that car rolling in a hurry, and we are back under the yellow flag here for the 5th time here tonight as our race leaders try and once again catch the iRacing pace car. As, trouble for the 14 machine under the yellow flag. I don't know what happened to him, but he is back behind the garage. So we'll take a look, see what happened to Lil Peters. He was pacing around in the 3rd position, and we'll try and take a look, see what happened to him here. And it looks like, he just calls it a race. Not sure what happened, but Peters brings that thing pit side and says, we're done for the night. So I don't know. I don't know what happened to him, but that moves the 47 machine back into the top 3 here once again on this restart. We sit under the yellow flag here, folks, for the 5th time here tonight at the Charlotte Roval. These drivers getting ready, of course, to go racing here to the end of the race, as everyone doesn't have to go back down pit road if they don't want to, but I have a feeling we won't see too many takers as these tires take a little bit to fire on off. So if they can have a little bit of wear, it's probably better. The question is, what is the fall off, especially those rear tires with some, if you do get those things hot, how long does it take to come back, and do they ever come back like they were? The answer is no. As we are once again under yellow flag, we're going to go to another commercial break. We'll be right back here on the other side. As we head back here to the Ghost Roval 200, we're going to take a word here with the driver. He's been the biggest mover here, probably for sure for the second half of this race here. It's the 22 machine of Mike Strabanowski. We'll take a word with him real quick under this yellow flag. So we'll see if Mike has a copy here. Mike, do you got a copy of Breath of Jet in the booth here?
Yep, I got you. What's up?
Alrighty, Mike. So we've been looking at the time and scoring for a little bit. You have been the biggest mover for quite a bit here. You started all the way back in 25th. Right now, you said P number 11, just outside the top 10. I mean, that's got to feel pretty good for you.
Yeah, I came into this. This is actually the first time I'm racing this track. I have a little bit of road course experience, but it took me a little while to learn it, and I think I'm finally getting some lines down. So hopefully I can keep moving forward here.
Yeah, hopefully you're up 14 spots from where you started, and now getting into this closing stages. I mean, we saw the last couple of restarts be very hectic. I mean, I think it's only going to get even wilder from here. What's the game plan for the 22 machine here with now under 20 laps to go?
Game plan for me is just keep looking forward, drive my line, and let everybody take care of themselves.
Yeah, that's going to be the key. Like I said at pre-race, you know, the big thing a lot of these drivers will have for goals tonight, keep this thing in one piece, keep all four tires on the track, and have no big mistakes. So far, you've been doing a great job at that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Alrighty, Mike, before we let you go and get ready here, as I think this time by you'll get the 1 to go signal, anyone you want to give a shout out to here on the broadcast before we let you go and get dialed in?
Yeah, my sponsor, Track Racer, and our team, SimSpec Esports. We've been doing pretty good this season. It's looking pretty good for us, so give those guys a shout out.
Alrighty, awesome stuff. Well, one more question before we let you go. You're outside the top 10. I mean, I think a goal for sure probably is it's in with arm's reach. Are you going for a top 10?
That's the goal. We'll see how it works out.
Alrighty, Mike. Pleasure talking to you. Best of luck here to you and the closing laps here tonight.
10-4. Thank you, buddy.
Alrighty, folks. That was the driver of the 22 track racer machine, Mike Strabanowski, getting a word with him. As we now head on over to the front of the field, getting ready to go back green flag racing. And I think with everyone bunched up, I think it's going to be a perfect opportunity to do our final turn 3, turn it up here tonight. What do you guys say? Once again, Trey Whitehead leads the field. DJ Daniels second. That is the front row we've seen like a lot. That was the front row at the start of the race. It is the front row once again here with 18 to go. Once we go green flag racing here again, it will be down to 17 laps to go here tonight for the Ghost Roval 200. As I believe our longest run here tonight was right around this lap mark, so these drivers already kind of have one data point here on how their cars are going to behave in a long run if we do in fact go green to the end. But Trey Whitehead leading the field to the green flag, and you know what, folks, I'm going to go take a break talking at the start and let some turn 3 turn it up do the talking here as the iRacing pace car heads down pit road. I'm going to go let the cars do the talking. As that didn't last too long here, folks, as we get our 6th yellow flag here tonight, as we try and go back live here and get a quick word from race control, see what happened. But a big time mistake from DJ Daniel. We saw a big slide in that infield section that drops him all the way outside of the top 5. It looks like he's back into 6, as maybe he gets those spots back as when the yellow came out. But it looks like the first car with some issues, was the 22 track racer. We just talked to him, Mike Strobanowski, with some issues here in turn number 2 here tonight on this 5th restart. Strobanowski, just loses the back end there in that fast left-hander. You can almost go flat out there, and he found the limit, just kisses that inside wall, as I believe further on in front. Contact between the 89 and the 5. That sends the 5 on around and the 89 both into those safer barriers, as that was the contact that brought out the yellow flag here for the 6th time here tonight. As old Dare Waltrip once said, cautions breed cautions, and that is definitely the case here at the Roval. These cars all bunched up, very hard to see your marks, and that proven a big factor here tonight, as we have not been able to complete a lap after going under our, I believe, our 4th yellow flag, if I'm not mistaken. Alrighty, folks, with this yellow flag, we're going to go try and get a word with the driver involved in this most recent yellow. It's going to be the 5 machine of Chris Habuka. Chris, do you got a copy of Spread the Jet here in the booth?
I gotcha.
Alrighty, Chris. So, you're involved in the 6th yellow here tonight. What'd you see out of that rearview mirror of the 5?
It just kind of looked like the 89 overdrove the corner there and locked him up and got into me.
Yeah, it did look like that. So hard to judge your braking points, especially on these restarts. and especially racing around cars. I mean, how difficult is that here tonight? Every driver I've talked to said how difficult it was. How difficult is it for you in the 5?
Yeah, it's pretty difficult. This is honestly my first time here, so I'm still learning as I'm going. But yeah, everyone has their different breaking points, and you got to learn as you go.
Yeah, speaking about those different breaking points, some hard breaking points, especially into that back stretch chicane. I mean, how difficult is that to judge, you know, with cars all around you here tonight?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty difficult. I like to peek out to the left of the peek out to the corners of the cars. I can see where I'm going, but yeah, if, with a pack of cars, it's very hard to see where you're going. Easy to lock them up and rear end somebody.
Yeah, that it is very easy to do. As with you being in the thick of it, I mean, how hectic has these restarts been? I mean, it's got to been a wild time, both in the rearview mirror and out of the windshield here of the 5.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward and backwards. It's been pretty crazy, but it's been fun. I'm enjoying it, even though I've been in the back. I'm taking it slow and learning the track as I go.
Yeah, that's the key. This Roval can reach out and bite you at any point, as we've seen a lot of cars lose it on their own, especially into turn number 2. I mean, how difficult is this infield section? It seems like you need to be precise, and you know, each and every lap, especially at a road course, you got to hit your marks.
Yeah, and it seems like anytime you hit that bump there in turn 2, it's real easy to get it loose, and it kind of seems like that's where the issue is that bump. People hit it and they're on the throttle and just spin the car around.
Yeah, but seems like that is definitely the case. Rear end gets upset and lose that back end, and that's another thing we've seen a little bit here. A lot of tire spin, especially on that initial start. We saw a lot of cars get out of shape. How difficult is it to put down these big horsepower, heavy stock cars here on a road course?
Oh, it's very difficult, especially with me. I can't race road courses to save my life, so I take it easy. I'm easy in the throttle. I'm just in survival mode at this point.
Yeah, I think it's only going to get even crazier from here on out, Chris. Before we let you go and get dialed back in for another restart, I'm going to go let you think who you got to thank on the broadcast here.
Thank you for hopping on board kind of last minute. Shout out to my sponsor, Hupke Real Estate Group, all my teammates, and everybody here in the league. Without them, this league wouldn't be possible.
Alrighty, Chris. Well, pleasure talking to you here. Hopefully you get yourself a great finish here by the end of it. Keep your nose clean, and we'll be talking to you and seeing you on the flip side after this race.
I appreciate it.
Alrighty, folks. That was the 5 machine, Chris Hupke, out here. Looks like he did come down pit road that time, and looks like we'll restart back in the 17th position, but with some fresh tires there. We have now completed lap number 40 here tonight. We are under 15 laps to go, as it's gonna get even crazier, folks, as these drivers try and tame the tricky Roval here tonight. Trey Whitehead has locked in now the most laps led here tonight. If anyone does get around him, they won't beat his mark here. So Whitehead with the most laps led. He did pull out the stops last time on the road course, that being Watkins Glen picking up the win. He's trying to go 2 in a row at the road courses here. He has to hang on to the race lead now for 14 laps as the lights do get extinguished around the Charlotte Roval, and we go to a long pace lap to get ready to go back. Green flag racing action here tonight. So it looks like with that mistake, DJ Daniel will line up in the 4th position here. So Daniel probably going to be very raring to go, try and get back those 2 spots and see what he has at the shot for the race win here tonight. With the 14 dropping out last yellow, we have 18 cars here out on the speedway. 18 cars also on the lead lap here tonight. As we had 6 cars now retired, that being the 14, 12, 35, 20, 31, and 21 here tonight. As the field now makes their way through oval turns number 1 and 2. We get ready. I mean, if you guys want to play the game with me, how many more yellow flags do you think we'll see here tonight? Leave a comment down in the chat there. Tell me how many yellows we're going to end with here tonight. My guess is we'll get one more. I think we'll finish with the lucky number 7 here tonight. As we see the field split on off here through the backstretch chicane, and now get on ready for the restart. Trey Whitehead in the 23 Toyota leading the field to green. 1 of 2. Now the only Toyota out on the speedway is being piloted by the 23. Best running Ford driver is the 47 machine in second. And then the best Chevy, of course, up into P number 3. That is TJ Hanley. As Trey Whitehead in the 23 machine getting ready here to lead the field back into the restart zone and go back. Green flag racing action here at the Ghost Roval 200. Whitehead here on the loud pedal. We see the green flag waving. We go back as TJ Hanley gets a great start. Whitehead tries to check on out in front as the field will dive down in turn number 1. Looks like everyone gets cleanly except for Jonathan Cogswell. He will go around here out of turn number 1. We stay green flag though, as that was only one car. Any more than one car, we see a yellow flag. If it's just a single car, we stay green flag racing here as Cogswell not the restart he wanted. Further on back, the 98 machine now goes on around. That is Chris Rosberg trying to get flipped in the right direction. He finally gets that thing going, but loses a lot of spots with that. Whitehead trying to get out to a 1 second advantage here on this initial first lap. Ryan Sizemore under fire from the 99 of Dylan Ellis. Ellis to the inside, Sizemore up top. They go side by side as one car gets a piece of the wall. I believe that was the 08 machine of TJ Hanley getting a piece of the wall in the braking zone. Able to get that car going as one car big time jump into the backstretch chicane. That is Patrick McQuaid, and we got to take a look at that one. That looked pretty wild. McQuaid battling with the 9 of Jeff Taylor. Taylor gets in the back of the 77, punts him, as we heard from all the drivers. Very difficult to see in that, and wow, Patrick McQuaid does an awesome job keeping that car off the walls, but of course hit some curbs big time, and McQuaid now outside of the top 10. He sits P number 14 at the moment. Fastest lap by anyone here tonight. A 120.9, first car in the 120s. That is Trey Whitehead here. Last time by, Whitehead about a 3-second advantage over the 47 machine, who is now trying to get reeled in by DJ Daniel in third. Daniel has made it back up into third. That moves TJ Hanley back to fourth after that start. Dylan Ellis now working on the 42 machine of Warren Young. This is the battle for the 6th position. It looks like Ellis will now complete the pass, and he tries to bring along Lucas Whitehead in the 3 as Warren Young gets some tire spin there. He shoots all the way to the outside wall as Warren there from the backstretch loses 2 spots. He will slot into P number 8 as the 98 misses the backstretch chicane. He will have to slow on down, come to a stop, and then get back rolling, as Trey Whitehead has gone even faster last time by a 20.66. So Whitehead says it's go time here with 11 laps to go. Warren Young heading down to the in the middle of the infield, and he goes on around. Same DJ Daniel spins there in the third position. Daniel losing a lot of spots. We'll slap back into 10th. We'll see what happened to Daniel. Also, Warren Young with an issue in the infield section. But we'll take a look here. Our third place runner now way outside, losing a shot to win this race here as Daniel gets a piece of the curb in the right-hander. That rear end continues to hop, and he loses traction. That 96 goes on around and just keeps it out of that wall, but then has to wait to flip it on around with the field going on by. So DJ Daniel slots back into P number 10, and not the way he wanted to finish this. As that time by, our race leader Trey Whitehead saw 2 open palms from Barney the Flagman. He will have 10 laps to go here tonight. About 22 miles left till he can see the checkered flag. Cogswell with issues on that restart. He is trying to now get around the 87 machine of Matt Medler. He has caught the Castrol 89 machine and trying to size him on up. That'd be a good saying for Ryan Sizemore. I tell you what, if whoever broadcasts this league regularly, you know, you gotta say Ryan Sizemore is sizing up the guy in front of him, because that is a great saying for this number 8 machine. As DJ Daniel trying to get some spots back, he gets around the 22 machine of Mike Strobanowski. Strobanowski right now the biggest mover. He sits P number 10 now, up 15 spots as Warren Young with an issue. We take a look, see what happened to the 42 machine. We saw him spin on the infield part, now leaving the infield. We'll see what happened to the 42 here of Warren Young. As it looks like just loses that back end, and maybe just calls it a race for him, as the 47 machine not out. Sorry, a little bit of technical issues as he is struggling with the connection, but battle for third heating on up. Dylan Ellis trying to talk to me here by the end of the race. TJ Hanley trying to hang out of the spot. Battle for third as Hanley shuts the door, and they make more contact as Hanley goes around off the nose of the 99 machine. Hanley not going to be happy with that. He gets that thing whipped around right in front of DJ Daniel as the 18 machine looks like he's dropping out, and that moves Trey Whitehead to a huge advantage over the rest of the field. About a 15-16 second gap now over Dylan Ellis, who might have some company here in just a few laps. Lucas Whitehead looking very quick the last 2 laps. Now gets around Brandon McLaughlin for that third position. Lucas Whitehead trying to join the fellow Whitehead, trying to get a 1-2 finish for them, as now he tries to reel in Dylan Ellis for that second position. Further on back, Chris Cash has trying to size up Ryan Sizemore for that 5th position. Cash trying to finish in the top 5. He's got to, though, get around this 8 machine as Patrick McQuaid gets around the 22 of Mike Strobanowski. Dylan Ellis with a little bit of mistake. He puts the left sides off in that infield section. That opens up the door for Lucas Whitehead, who's about 2 car lengths back. Does Whitehead make the move here into the backstretch chicane? He'll look to the inside, try and force an error from the 99, as Ellis will float it on through there. As Whitehead sideways there. He'll keep it off the wall, but lose a handful of spots as he gets that thing up to speed, as now Ryan Sizemore goes on by. So Lucas Whitehead trying to get around Dylan Ellis, just pushes the envelope a little bit too much. as Mike Strobanowski also in the bus stop. He's facing the wrong way as he gets that thing rolling. We'll take a look to see what happened to the 22 here. Strobanowski into the braking zone and already losing the back end a little. He'll get a piece of these curbs, and I think that final left-hand curb may be upsetting that car enough that he loses, that back end continues to hop, and that thing goes on around, sends him facing straight into the wall, but he hangs on to that biggest mover. But Brandon McLaughlin sits one spot back on the biggest mover in the third position. He's trying to catch that 99 of Dylan Ellis to finish in that second position. DJ Daniel has caught the 3 here. Lucas Whitehead with that mistake out of the backstretch chicane last time. That has allowed Daniel to catch him for P number 4. That's Daniel with a great rebound. We saw him spin there and be in 10th, now up to 5th, maybe 4th here in just a moment as he tries to get around the 3 machine. DJ Daniel very aggressive on the brake, and you can see him use every inch of the racing surface, including those curbs. Those curbs, though, very tough to manage because we've seen a lot of cars, the rear end starts hopping, and it is almost impossible to save at that point. So you got to hit those curbs very lightly as Trey Whitehead out in front, increasing lead as DJ Daniel with a big send and contact with the 3 through the infield section, but that moves Daniel up into 4th. Lucas Whitehead back to P number 5 here tonight. We'll see if Lucas Whitehead can catch the 96, but DJ Daniel showing a lot of speed here tonight. Qualified outside pole as he'll try and now catch the 81 machine. And I think he'll be too much, about 5 seconds back. I don't think there's enough time with only 6 laps to go. Now coming to 5, we see a single hand from Barney. It is 5 laps to go here tonight at the Charlotte Roval. So everyone kind of running their own race at the moment here tonight. Closest battle, Lucas Whitehead trying to keep DJ Daniel honest for that 4th position. Also further on back, Jonathan Cogswell trying to catch the 8 of Ryan Sizemore. Cogswell currently sits in the P number 10 position as Sizemore gets big time sideways in turn 2 there, but hangs on to it. Doesn't lose much time, if anything, there. Our race leader through turns 3 and 4 on the oval. He will now see the 4 to go mark here at the start finish line. Trey Whitehead just wants to see this, just wants to see that white flag here tonight. Finish this race under green with this healthy lead over 20 seconds over our 2nd place driver Dylan Ellis here tonight. A 3-car battle starting to form up here from 11th, 12th, and 13th. That is Matt Medler, Chris Hubka, excuse me, and Mike Strobanowski. We'll keep an eye here on this battle here in the closing stages of the Ghost Roval 200. As also another battle forming on up. TJ Hanley, Christopher Cash, and Patrick McQuaid all under a blanket as well here in the closing stages. So we'll keep an eye here on the battle for 6th, 7th, and 8th. as TJ Hanley did get around that 38 machine last time by, but that 38 keeping him honest as further on back. Matt Medler with a mistake. That allows Chris Hubka and Mike Strobanowski to get on around. So Hubka up into 11th, Strobanowski 12th, Matt Medler falls to 13th, as it looks like TJ Hanley able to start to drive away from the 38 machine. Patrick McQuaid, though, trying to keep them honest out in front. Cogswell has now closed in the gap to the 8 car of Ryan Sizemore. It's gonna be a battle here, folks. As further on up, battle for third. DJ Daniel around the long way on Brandon McLaughlin. DJ Daniel up into the podium. We could be talking to him by the end of this one. We'll head back now to that battle for 9th between the 8 and the 27 machine. As that about a half a car length between them. But now we head up to our race leader, the man of the hour, Trey Whitehead here. This time by at the start finish line. He will see popsicle sticks up in the air. 2 more laps to go in the Ghost Roval 200 here tonight. As Christopher Cash has recaught TJ Hanley. It's about 2 car length gap here into the backstretch chicane. Hanley gets out of the chicane with a great run, increases that gap to about, once again, half a second between these two for the 6th position. All these drivers gotta feel tired. 55 laps doesn't sound that long, but at a long road course like this, it takes a lot to get on through this, especially with little to no mistakes. One driver we saw do that with perfection is our race leader, Trey Whitehead. Now about less than a lap and a quarter here till he can park that 23 down in victory lane. We get a little bit of cloud cover here tonight, but the 23 machine will see the white flag here. 1 more lap to go in the Ghost Roval 200. DJ Daniel has closed the gap to Dylan Ellis. Does he have enough here on the final lap to make a charge for P number 2 and finish where he qualified? It's about just over a half a second gap between these two. We'll keep the camera on this because it's going to be a dogfight for that 2nd position. As DJ Daniel dives it down there, locks up and contact with Dylan Ellis. More contact between the two of them. DJ Daniel gets on around and takes over that 2nd position here tonight. A lot of contact for that 2nd position. We'll be talking to both of these drivers here, so we'll have to see how they talk about that battle for that 2nd position. That lasted only 2 corners, but some very intense ones there. As off of turn number 4, Trey Whitehead will see the checkered flag here tonight at the Roval. Trey Whitehead makes it 2 in a row here at the road courses. He picks up the win. Here on the backstretch, we pick up the racing from 2nd on back. Brandon McLaughlin catching the back of the 99, but it won't be enough. As these guys dive it down into the final chicane, DJ Daniel will come home where he qualified. He will finish P number 2. Dylan Ellis would just hang on to that 3rd position over Brandon McLaughlin. 4th, Lucas Whitehead will round out the top 5 here tonight. TJ Hanley looks like he'll hang on to 6th over Christopher Cash in 7th. 8th is Patrick McQuaid. 9th is Ryan Sizemore. 10th is Jonathan Cogswell. But we take a look here at the winner here on the cool down lap. We'll keep the camera on him as he'll probably have some burnouts here for the fans of the 23 machine here on the front stretch when he gets back there. And fans, let him hear it. Trey Whitehead has made it back to the front stretch. He'll burn it on down for the fans here as the 23 machine will burn it on down here on the front stretch with a dominating road course win here tonight for the Ghost Roval 200. And parks are right at the start finish line, burning it down against the wall. Trey Whitehead, tonight's winner here for the Ghost Roval 200. Don't go anywhere, folks. Right after this, we'll be talking to our top 3 here on the front stretch. Alrighty, folks, we come back here with the post race. First driver we'll be talking to is our 3rd place finisher, Dylan Ellis. Dylan, do you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet in the booth here.
Yes, sir. I do got a copy.
Alrighty, Dylan. Heck of a race by you. You just held off Brandon McLaughlin there at the end to finish on the podium. Tell us, how was your race? That was a hectic one for the Ghost Roval 200.
Yeah, I mean, my first top 3 of the year feels pretty good. I'm on the playoff bubble, so hoping this propels me into the top 16. Really like that. Really like to be able to race for something. But yeah, I mean, started the race, had a little bit of I spun out there. I started 7th, spun out. Started to work my way back. Did have some damage, some wheel damage. Ended up going into pits, repairing that, and just tried to stick to my line and drive my own race the entire race, and it worked out pretty well for me. So I'm pretty satisfied with my finish tonight.
Yeah, 3rd place here at the Roval. Do you consider yourself kind of a road course guy, or does this one feel really good to finish on the podium?
Oh yeah, definitely. This is definitely the toughest league I've been a part of. Everybody in here is studs, so if you get a top 10 finish, it feels pretty good. But I would definitely say that I do race a little bit more road racing, so I think that does help me a bit. But yeah, I would say that I kind of like them both, but I do race some road racing as well. But this was the perfect combo. First time at this track, so happy with the top 3 finish for sure.
Yeah, this place very tough. We saw a lot of guys with some issues, including yourself. I mean, how hard was it to put together a whole race without mistakes? I mean, whether it was the wheel hop in the back end, not hitting that turn 2 bump rate, or getting on the brakes hard in these tough, hard braking zones here tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely really tough. It's almost like a continuous loop playing in your head. Like don't wreck, make sure you brake, and it's easy when you go a lot of green flag laps to forget about shifting and doing things like that. Just small errors that can compound and really ruin your night. So it's definitely pretty tough to keep it together and avoid mistakes. There were some mistakes I made there late, but I was able to overcome them. They didn't hurt me too bad. So, but yeah, I would definitely say this is definitely one of the more challenging tracks that I've raced since I've started the iRacing.
Now we gotta ask Dylan. There at the end, that white flag lap, you saw DJ Daniel closing the gap in a hurry, and you two make some contact. I mean, was the car hurt after that? And that was some heck of a race for that second position.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say it was hurt that bad. I think I had 50 seconds of optional repairs that I was driving through anyways. I wanted to save the fast repair just in case, I did get involved in something, major. But no, I mean he made a good move, but it almost did spin me out. But I was able to hold it together. But yeah, it was fun racing up there, at least for a top 3 finish. But yeah, definitely, it was a good time.
Yeah, you're able to hang on to that third just to fend from McLaughlin there at the end and hang on to talk to me after the race. For all the Dylan Ellis fans out there, why don't you share, what's your sim setup looking like? What kind of wheel and pedals do you have to give the fans a little insight?
Well, I believe I've got like the Logitech G29. I mean, I just really got into this about a year and a half ago, so I'm kind of a newbie. But definitely, I'm definitely this league's really helping me enjoy it again. When I started, was on pretty regularly, but kind of took a break. But ever since this league started up, I've been back on it. So definitely thinking about upgrading soon. So if anybody has any suggestions, I'd be all open for them.
All righty. Well, appreciate you talking with us, Dylan. Before we let you go and celebrate your podium here tonight, first one of the season, huge congrats to that. I'm going to go hand over the mic to you and thank who you got to thank on this 99 machine.
I'd just like to say thanks to my wife, Laurel Ellis, and thanks to the guys that's on our racing team, including Trey. It was just a really good night all around. So just glad we have that support from everybody in our team. It feels pretty nice.
That it does, Dylan. This third place got to feel great for you as you hunt to make the top 16 in playoffs. Dylan, you have yourself a great rest tonight and keep up this momentum from tonight.
Thanks, Brett. Have a good night.
You as well. That was our third place finisher, Dylan Ellis. Now we'll jump up to our second place runner-up finisher. That is DJ Daniel. DJ, do you got a copy of Spread the Jet in the booth here?
Yes, sir.
All righty, DJ. I don't think there is many other cars that we saw go up and down the order here tonight, but you end up right where you qualified in the runner-up position. Tell us about your up and down night here tonight for the Ghost Roval 200.
Up and down are the exact words for my night. I mean, fought back and forth, and finally, got up there, thought I had a chance, almost wrecked myself, somehow saved it. I guess Jesus take the wheel. And then got a couple more cautions, and then I actually spun myself out. Big mistake, but I think I went down to like 4th, and I was able to drive my way back up to 2nd. But very up and down.
Yeah, that it was. And DJ, we did catch it on the broadcast. You actually dropped all the way to 10th, and you're able to fight your way back all the way up to 2nd. I mean, a last lap pass there on Dylan Ellis to finish runner-up. That was a heck of a move. You were definitely driving the wheels off this 96 machine.
I gave it my everything, man. I knew I was the best through that first sector there, and I was trying to set them up for those 2 right-handers because I knew I was better through there, and that was the only way I was going to get by them, really. But, yeah, I gave it my everything.
Yeah, that you did. It's too funny, actually, on the broadcast right now. I'm replaying the last part of the green flag run, and we actually just got to your spin on the replay talking to you right now.
That's funny. Yeah, I was very unhappy when I spun myself out.
Oh, I bet you're driving uh you know, white knuckled and driving your way through that field, and we definitely saw it on the broadcast, Dylan. Heck of a job by you. Do you think you had anything for Trey Whitehead if you didn't have those mistakes here tonight?
uh, that's a very good question. I figured my only shot was to be able to get in front of him and just make my car as wide as I can. And I mean, Trey clearly had the faster car. I mean, good win to him. He drove a hell of a race. The amount of work that he puts in is insane. Uh, I don't think I had the raw speed, but with a little bit of luck and being able to get in front of him, I think I might have had a shot.
Yeah, that you did. You actually took the lead at the beginning. That initial start was very wild. A lot of tire spin. I mean, did you expect that much tire spin getting on the throttle? And how'd you make it in turn one on the high side like that? That was impressive.
I don't know. It's like me and Trey both slowed each other down.
Yeah, that was a heck of a battle there at the beginning. But DJ, you walk away with the runner-up finish. Before we let you go, why don't you let the DJ fans out there, what's your sim setup look like? What do you got for wheel and pedals? Give a little insight of what you're working with.
I have Fanatec CSLs. I only have two pedals, a gas and a brake, and a half-broken T150.
Nice. Yeah, I got my cheap Thrustmaster for my time being till I find a new wheel. But, they get the job done. But, DJ, I tell you what, you put on a heck of a race, especially in that front stretch chicane. It seemed like you used every inch of racetrack. I mean, going into that, you were almost on the grass, it seemed like, with those left sides.
Yeah, I mean, doing everything I can to find, any hundredth, tenth, thousandth of a second. It's a game of inches.
Yeah, that it is. As DJ, before we let you go and celebrate this runner-up finish here tonight, a lot of speed out of that 96 machine. Who do you got to thank to make that car so quick?
I just want to thank everybody on the team for making me better. Definitely want to thank Thomas Fisher. He's helped us all week. Definitely would not have had this kind of run without him. He's a great guy, and I'm a very stubborn kid, so I don't listen, but he beats it into my head what I need to do. So I got to thank Agent NASCAR. He makes my paint schemes. My dad, everybody, my girlfriend, everybody who supports me. Rocco Sign Shop too.
Alrighty, awesome job. Well, once again, huge congratulations on the second place, DJ. Heck of a rebound by you throughout this last stint. DJ, you have yourself a great rest of the night.
You too. Thank you.
Alrighty, folks, that was our runner-up finisher, DJ Daniel in the 96 machine. Now we head to our winner here. I believe he's still on the front stretch. It is Trey Whitehead in the number 23 Send It machine. Trey, do you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet in the booth here.
Yeah, I got you.
Alrighty, Trey, you make it 2 in a row on the road courses. I mean, tell us about your race here tonight and how'd you have so much speed here at the Roval?
Honestly, I feel like the part that I was best at was the braking, going into the backstretch chicane. I noticed a lot of people were taking it first gear through there, but they were also braking a lot earlier than I was. And honestly, I don't know how I was saving so much tire running the lap times I was, and I never changed tires the entire race. I only took fuel about halfway. So, I mean, I just kind of ran my race, and we were lucky to qualify on pole, but I didn't lead the first few laps. And then once we got to the front and got clean air, I was just, dead set on keeping my pace and running my race, and it worked out for us. So.
Yeah, you definitely ran your own race. Fastest lap in the race by you by almost half a second. A 20.66 is an impressive lap in race trim.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and like I said, I never changed tires. I know DJ and Joseph, unfortunately, before he logged out, they did take tires on their pit stops, and I didn't see any benefit in taking it. I felt like keeping the heat in the tires and the heat cycles, if we had a lot of cautions, which we did, on worn out tires was going to be a lot less hurtful than it was on newer tires. So, yeah, like I said, I was running those laps with 8 to go on I mean, hell, I think it was 40-something lap old tires. So, like I said, I didn't think it was useful to get fresh ones because of how bad it was on the first 2 or 3 laps. And and it worked out for us again. Like I said, we had good strategy, and it played out to our favor.
That it did, Trey. It worked out great for you, taking no tires. That's even more impressive as you walk away with the win in dominating fashion over 20 seconds. I mean, like I said, you won last road course at the Glen, make it at the Roval. I mean, do you consider yourself a road course specialist in these Cup cars?
I guess I'm gonna have to now. The Watkins Glen race was a lot closer than this one. I think I barely won that one by a tenth or two, and to come out here and finish 20 something seconds ahead of second place, I mean, that's really impressive for myself. So I guess we're turning into one. Like I said, unfortunately, Joseph probably could have been up there with us if he didn't have his internet issues, and DJ, I believe he got loose again and had to drive back up to second, which he had a hell of a drive back up to second. So I don't know. Who knows if Joseph stayed in the race, how it would have played out. Joseph seemed pretty quick, but with all that in mind, I'm just really glad to come out here and dominate the way I did, and it's really refreshing with one race left. I think it's one or two left before the playoffs. So
yeah, hopefully you can keep that momentum into the start of the playoffs. As Trey, heck of a run here once again. I mean, I'm at a loss for words about how good that 23 machine seemed hooked up tonight. Like you said, you seemed aggressive on the braking, and then out of the corner, it seemed like slow was fast, and man, were you fast.
yeah, I really appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I just kind of keened myself on just kind of driving it in. The way that the brakes are set up on this car, it was real rear end happy under braking, and with it, you know, you kind of have throttle control with a loose car when you're coming out of corners on regular ovals. Well, I kind of treated it that way with the brakes. I would kind of ease onto it, and if I felt like the rear end was kicking out, get off of it a little bit and downshift, do whatever I had to do, and I mean, it worked out. So yeah, like I said, that's where I felt like I gained all of my time was on the backstretch. There was some guys that were beating me through the inner part of this road course, but man, when it came to that backstretch chicane, I was one rocket. So
yeah, that you were. You're able to put on a lot of time to the rest of the field on that backstretch in that second half of the lap. As Trey, once again, huge congratulations. For the fans watching out there at home, you know, I asked the other drivers in the podium, and I'll ask you as well, what's your sim setup look like? What do you got for wheel and pedals that is making you so quick, especially on these road courses?
honestly, I still have my Thrustmaster. It's the TMX force feedback. I think it's the baseline Thrustmaster. It's a belt-driven one, and I've got the TLCM pedals from Thrustmaster, which I've got a clutch on that one because the ones that came with this wheel, it's only a 2-pedal set. But I've also got a USB shifter and just running one monitor, and I've got a little rig that my dad gave me, you know, hand me down, and it's working out. So you don't have to have the most expensive stuff to win some races.
Nope, that you don't. That's the beauty of iRacing. Everyone has the same car. It's all about how you drive it. And Trey, you drove a heck of a race out here to park it down in Victory Lane. So before I let you go and continue celebrating down in Victory Lane, I'm going to go hand over the mic to you and thank who you got to thank for this 23 machine.
Well, first off, we're going to thank you for stepping in and taking over the broadcast responsibilities this week. Can't wait to go back and watch it. I always go back and watch every race, whether I do good or bad, and see what else could have been done differently and stuff like that. So really appreciate you for stepping up. And all the guys back at the shop, my dad, he's not racing this week, but he's on our team, Whitehead Racing, and my brother Brock only starting parked, but we're affiliated with Smoky Mountain with Chris Cash, Dylan Ellis, Lucas Whitehead, all them over there. And all the practice that we've put in this week on this has tremendously helped me. I feel like being as consistent as I was tonight. And obviously on the car, Bogey Bros, visit bogeybros.co/TreyW23. You can get 10% off there. Huge partnership with them. I'm really glad that I'm able to get their stuff for golf, and you know, it looks really good. So, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Alrighty, Trey, heck of a job by you. Huge congrats on the win here tonight. Hopefully you keep this momentum going into the playoffs and you continue celebrating down in Victory Lane. You have yourself a great rest of your night.
Appreciate it. You as well. Not looking forward to New Hampshire next week, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that track always very tough. So best of luck to you and the rest of the field there.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Alrighty, folks. That was Trey Whitehead in the 23 Sending Machine down in Victory Lane here tonight, getting the job done with a dominating win. So now we'll head to our race results and start to get things wrapped on up here for the Ghost Roval 200. Trey Wayhead in the 23 machine picks up the win. DJ Daniel in second. Dylan Ellis in the 99 machine rounds out the top 3. Fourth going to Brandon McLaughlin in the 81. Lucas Whitehead in the 3 finishes in the 5th and rounds out the top 5. TJ Hanley in the 08 will finish 6th. Christopher Cash in the 7 will finish 7th in the 38. 8th going to Patrick McQuaid in the 77. 9th is Ryan Sizemore in the 8. 10th is Jonathan Cogswell. 11th is Mike Strobanowski, and Strobanowski did in fact finish as the biggest mover. 12th is Chris Hubka. If I could ever get that name right, we'll have a great broadcast. As 13th goes to Chris Rodberg. 14th is Matt Medler. 15th is Thomas Stewart. 16th is Joseph Grivala. 17th, Warren Young. 18th, Jeff Taylor. 19th finishing is Lilith Peters. 20th is Chris Zofeld. 21st is Dylan McDonald. 22nd, Christopher Tate. 23rd, Brock Whitehead. 24th, and did not make a lap, was Johnny Williams. So, folks, that will do it for Turn 3 Racing Network here tonight with the Ghost Cup Series. Be sure to tune in to Turn 3 throughout the week, as we have a lot of great series, a lot of great broadcasters covering a lot of great virtual racing. So be sure to tune in to that. I've been Brett the Jet in the booth here tonight, and I just flew by you. Have a good one.